Hello and welcome to Solo Board Gaming Presents, and today it's an unboxing. I don't normally do unboxings, but I couldn't resist this one. This is an unboxing of BySt&S from DVG Games, created by David Thompson and Nicola Sagini, and the cover art by Rudolph Claudius. It's worth mentioning that because look at that cover art. Absolutely fantastic, and that's attractive straight away. Except that might be a bit difficult to see by BySt&S, but there you go. Italian human torpedo attacks during the Second World War. Really exciting. Now, like a lot of people, I bet this was on my radar, my wish list for a long time, and I was watching it. I was looking at videos. I was watching the forums. I downloaded the rules even, had a quick look at those. Other things kept coming into play, and as often happens, it bobbed up and down on the wants list, you know how it is. And then I played Beneath the Med, that GMT game, Italian submarines during World War II, a subject of which I knew nothing. And I was absolutely fascinated by that. So again, I went back to this, shall I, shan't I? What I did then, and I just want to mention this before we look in the box, I downloaded a copy of a companion book. And I couldn't believe this was actually free. It contained fantastic information. I won't show you all of it because that's not why we're here. But this is why I took the plunge and bought the game. I was reading this opening piece here about March 1945, where the Crown Prince of Italy went to Taranto to inspect the Italian ships and establishments. This chap was there, C. Morgan, and he wrote this on the 18th of October 1946. It included a visit to St. Vito Barracks, where a presentation of medals was to take place. The first officer to be decorated with the Italian Gold Medal for Valour, equivalent of our Victoria Cross, was Lieutenant della Penne. I hope I pronounced that okay. For his attack on HMS Valiant on the 19th of December 1941. Just bear with this a second. After the citation had been read out to the parade, Lieutenant della Penne came forward onto the platform. As he did so, the Crown Prince turned round and said, "Come on, Morgan, this is your show." I stepped forward, took the medal from the Crown Prince's hand, and pinned it on Lieutenant della Penne's breast. I thus had the pleasure and the honour of decorating Lieutenant della Penne with the highest award granted by the Italian Navy for the very courageous and gallant attack he made on my ship 3 years and 3 months before. C. Morgan, 18th of October, 1946. Now that spoke volumes to me. Here's this guy. Was he the captain of this ship? What was it? HMS Valiant, was it? Yeah, HMS Valiant. And he called it his pleasure and honour to pin that decoration on the guy that attacked his ship. Now, for me, that was just remarkable. The bravery, the courage of these guys was recognised by an opponent like that. I read that, went onto the website, ordered the game. Ordered the game without any hesitation whatsoever. And this companion, by the way, sets out the history of the manned torpedoes. Look, some brilliant history there. And something worth mentioning, something else caught my eye. I wonder if it's in this little piece that I've got here. And I promise you this is the last thing. Oh, here we go. The Scirè or Scirè. Now, she was a Perla-class submarine, departing La Spezia, and look at this, with the manned torpedoes encased on top of hull. Now, In the GMT game, Beneath the Med, I was commanding a Perla-class submarine on my first campaign, and you can get missions to carry these manned submarines, the SLCs, to their destinations. And this is where I could even combine it, couldn't I? Combine the game. Beneath the Med, Perla-class submarine. I have to get to my mission box to drop off the SLCs, and then we take over by stealth and sea from DVG games. So there you go. I was really excited when this just arrived. I haven't done much with it yet. It's a deep box. It's a really heavy box. Look at that. That's a good heavy DVG box. Great quality as usual. This will only be a quick run through, for now anyway, by Stealth and Sea. Italian human torpedo attacks during the Second World War, and this is the rule book. That great art reproduced there again. Oh, and here on the back, fantastic art of these guys. It looks like they're about to, I think what they did was attach this line around the keel and to their torpedo warhead, something like that. But I'm going to learn all this. I'm going to learn exactly how they did it, but beautiful art there. The rule book. I had a quick flick through this, and I mean a really quick flick through this. You couldn't ask for better, could you? Beautiful colour illustrations. Set out perfectly. Look here, setup. Mission setup. Numbered steps to go through, where to put the counters and tokens and the ships. Operator cards, skill tokens, warhead tokens, and those numbers correspond to the setup map here, look, in full colour. Shows you exactly where to set it, everything up. This one for the harbour of Gibraltar. These are your SLCs here. Playing the game, the operator cards. These aren't generic. These are real guys. These are real heroes, many of whom were lost, many of whom were captured, that carried out these significant raids on British forces. The successful raids caused a hell of a lot of damage, but all of the raids combined forced the British to pay a lot of attention and put a lot of resource into harbour defence. The rulebook goes through the various phases. This is the SLC phase, where using your action points you can carry out various, look, it move, full move, whoa, goes on, full move, submerge, change direction. A difference, look, between surfaced and submerged. Recover, repair, evade a net, attach a warhead, attack, scuttle, superb. Harbour defence phase. So it goes through it, well spaced, in a step-by-step way. The same sequence as the game. Ending the game. Oh, I love these kind of things. Dependent on your score, none, lost, draw, or you can get bronze, silver or gold medal for military valour. Brilliant. The campaigns, there you can run the historical campaign, and all the detail is in here in the box for you to do that. Or I believe you can run a custom campaign. Here's your technology advancement chart, for instance. Superb. Lovely, lovely, lovely. The mission guide. This is very similar, except that, there you go. There's the same kind of setup format for each of the missions. In fact, I saw in here, this one's Gibraltar, just a few warships, look, in the harbour. Compare that to, what did I see? Look at this. This is another one of the player boards. Alexandria. Look at the amount of ships in this harbour here. Can't wait. That's fantastic. And then towards the back, I think I saw it's basically how to run a campaign, I think. I might be completely wrong here. Well, that was in the other book, wasn't it? Okay. Yeah, that was in the rulebook. There's that art again. Brilliant. Some heavyweight boards, and there's 3 heavyweight boards here. Nice and chunky. We'll look at those in just a moment. Love these. These are the 3 SLC player boards. This is a solo game. I believe it was designed solo, but you can run it cooperatively with up to 3 people. Look, each person taking responsibility for one of the manned torpedoes. Your operator cards go there, so you've got the faces of the guys. The actual teams, don't forget, these aren't default people. These are real members of this elite commando team. Your operators would go here, and your various tokens would go here. Show damage and that kind of thing. But obviously, I've still got to read through it all. I don't think I've ever done this before, where I wanted to just do a quick video before I even get to play it. It's quite rare for me. I don't normally do that. What else do we have here? The turn sequence reference, forward positioning phase, the fault check phase. I hear that's fraught with danger and excitement, that one. The SLC phase, that's the action phase for each of your 3 subs. The harbour defenses, and these improve throughout the campaign. The cleanup phase, fault effect reference. The SLC action reference. So this is an aid memoir, by the look of it, for the full version that's actually in the rulebook. So move, full move, depending whether you're surfaced or submerged. Change direction, same applies, look. Dive, surface, evade net, recover, detach warhead, attack from SLC, escape, scuttle. Superb. What are these? These are for photocopying. Historic campaign after action report. I love doing after action reports. I do that for my submarine game, Beneath the Med. Because I like to be able to go back to it and remind myself what happened when. So that's brilliant. That's the historic result, and you're comparing your result against history, if you like. The different missions, the locations, the date. Ships destroyed, SLC scuttled, because that's important. Operators escaped. Hopefully, victory points. So that's good. And then we have the same thing for a custom campaign. You see how this differs now? Because here you can put your tech advancements, alert value for the harbours, harbour defence level. Again, for photocopying. That's brilliant. And the custom campaign operator roster. Superb. Love that. Now, some nice chunky counters. I think there were, did I see 3? 1, 2, 3, yeah. Okay. Warships. There's your 3 SLCs, the patrol craft. Let's have a look here. HMS Vidette. Oh, look at that. Very DVG. Punch beautifully, punch straight away. No need to clip those, look. And lovely little illustrations on there of that warship. I wonder, actually, it's all right, I'm looking, I shouldn't be doing this, I should be getting on with what I'm supposed to be doing, but I can't resist it. You know, there are certain warship silhouettes that you always recognise immediately. Well, mine's HMS Warspite, HMS Nelson, things like that. And I'm just quickly scanning. Oh, there's Nelson. There's Nelson. See how she leans right the way back, her superstructure. Spite, come on. I can't find Warspite. I bet there's people screaming at this now. There it is, there it is. But you know what it's like. When you really want something, you go blind to it. It's a good job I recognise her superstructure so well, isn't it? As I've just proven. But lovely, lovely counters. I do love all those silhouettes and great quality. I mean, you saw how easily that punched. A lovely bag of goodness here. Play counters. I know those yellow ones are searchlights. The red are warhead and so on. The dice. We've got a 10-sided, I believe, and then a custom dice here. Look, 1 to 3, 1, 2, 3. I mean, it's a 6-sided dice and has 1, 2, 3 on it. That's to identify an individual SLC, and then of course 3 6-sided die. So those are nice. Let's look at some cards. Look at that, the same great card art on the back here. This is deep on the ocean bed, look at that. With deep diving gear by the look of it. Wow, okay. Let's pop this open. Take a gander at some of these very nice cards. Okay, well these are these called fault cards? Yeah, faults. So these are fault cards. Battery fault. Repair check 6. If failed, discard the SLC token and this card from the game. A ballast tank fault. And I did notice there's a section in the rulebook which explains how all the faults affect the game. For instance, ballast, that's got to affect your ability to submerge, has it? Or to stay surfaced, one of those. Breathing gear. Don't forget, this was, look at that, that's a great illustration. This was cutting edge technology. And when these guys first went to war with these weapons, they were still an experiment. So it had to be brave to sit on these things and ride them. Transmission fault points out to where it is, look. I'll tell you what, you learn a lot about an almost hidden subject. And that's the aspect of these kind of games which absolutely excite me. Warhead fault, wetsuit fault, and so on. Wetsuit fault. Oh, okay. So those are the fault cards. What should I do? Just pop those over there. And there's a couple on the top here. Yeah, okay. Forward positioning. Cadiz, where each SLC begins with 2 surge tokens. The target location from Cadiz will be Gibraltar. Well, that makes sense. La Spezia. Target locations could be Gibraltar, Alexandria, or Algiers. Alexandria. The Altera. Oh, wasn't that a vessel? Oh, I'm going to have to dig deeper. Target location, Gibraltar. Fantastic. Now then, let's have a look at these little babies. And again, as you can see, I haven't opened these yet, and here we are. What are we dividing? There's a couple of different. So looks like we have, I'll just place those there, operators. And we have, are these all alerts? Alert, 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 alert. Yeah. Oh no. Okay. So these are alert cards, which I believe, and I like this, are nice, aren't they? I believe these are used instead of die, instead of using a die, for various game decisions. So that's super. Oh, what was that? What was that? What was that? 12, alert. Remove the lowest numbered cards from the discard pile, max 6, and shuffle the deck. Okay. So that's those. The other one was Harbour Defences. Oh, I like this. Look at that. There's a vessel there. Sailing in front of, that must be Gib. Yeah, that's obviously Gibraltar there. So, Harbour Defences. Oh, these go down. Is this, I think this is, yeah, defence level 5, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So this is how the British defences improved over this period throughout the war, as they learnt more about the capabilities of the SLCs and the commandos that rode them. They had to react. So this is a live thing. This is the harbour defences improving, possibly from mission to mission. Gosh, that's exciting. And probably the best part of the game is here. These are the operators. And now, as I said before, look at these faces. I'd love to try and pronounce them, but I simply won't. Tessay, or Tessay. I was reading about this chap in the companion. Tadini, Matera, Spaccarelli, Reggioli, Pamoli. Is that the guy? Yeah, Durand de la Penne and Bianchi. I think there are two sides. Yeah, two sides to these. I think this side is the stunned side. 1 action point. The other side, the blue, is the alert side, if you like. 2 action points, look, yeah. And each pairing may have different attributes, as you can see here. So these are wonderful cards. And I noticed some at the back. I had a quick look to see what those were. I wanted to identify them. These are for custom operator pairings. There you go. For your own game, for your custom scenario. Fantastic. I think the only thing to do now is have a quick look at the boards. Might have to adjust the camera. So back in a second. Oh, sorry, I wish we could do more about that glare. Unfortunately today I can't. And it's a very glossy board. It's a beautiful board. Nice heavyweight board. Now the tones here are representing nighttime because all these raids took place at night. This one, by the way, is there are 3 of these boards. This one's Gibraltar. And you can see the harbour here with the coaling island, the moles here, south, and the detached, the North Mole, and the roadstead. This is where ships with far less protection, very often merchantmen and things like that, will sit outside of the harbour. So this was jib. Each of these boards has, it's reminding us here of what the phases are, the turn sequence, the fort deck phase, the SLC phase, the harbour defence phase and the clean-up phase. Icons there for scuttled SLCs and operators that have escaped. Here we have a time track. See, this one starts at 0030 hours up till 0600. This is great. This is good. And here we have the harbour defences. Searchlights, underwater dive teams, patrol craft response for surfaced, and the same again for submerged. Patrol craft movement look, which direction is each patrol craft going to move into. Patrol craft attack, shore-based mortar, hello. Anti-torpedo net, here we go here, look, the anti-torpedo net. Superb. And those little cards we had a quick look at, which showed the improvements in harbour defences. So from time to time, when instructed by the game, the harbour defences will improve, I'm guessing, and you cover these with the appropriate improvement card as the campaign goes on. Brilliant. So let's have a look at which one's up next. I'm not sure. So we're taking potluck. Wowza. Wowza, wowza, wowza. In comes Algiers. How different is that? So this is Algiers, and again, sorry about this terrible glare. So the harbour's all over this side now, much larger, look, this harbour. So this one's going to be very, very different indeed. The city of Algiers here. So all the vessels will be anchored at various points around the harbour. Our SLCs will be coming in to try and infiltrate and attack. But the board has the same layout, look, time track, phases and the harbour defences. And very quickly, the last one must be then Alexandria. And yep, here we go. Easy, squeezing it onto the table. Whoa, that's huge. Huge harbour. Here, look, of Alexandria. This was the one, I looked at that crowded one, didn't I, where it showed us that setup map. This was crowded with ships. Wow, fuel storage, quarantine breakwater, quarantine anchorage, lighthouse, the coal wharf, and a floating dock. And again, the same setup. As I said, I don't normally do this. I normally play the game first. But I haven't done so yet. But I was so excited to receive this. It's just great. I'm just learning so much about a completely new theatre of war, brand new operations about which I knew little, if anything at all, before. So I'll eventually do a playthrough. I can't wait to do that, but I'm going to take my time because I want to play through several games using all of the boards first. This has been BySt&S, Italian human torpedo attacks during the Second World War, produced by DVG Games, created by David Thompson and Nicola Saghini. I'm not going to forget either that great art by Rudolph Claudius, courtesy of the Italian Navy. Oh, I'd like to know the story there. Fantastic. Go out, grab this game while you can. Thanks ever so much for watching. I've really enjoyed it. I hope you have. And depend on me. We're going to see you very, very soon. Cheers now. Bye-bye. Thank you.